Sitting cross-legged in Sukhasana. Bring the shins forward and the heels away from one another. Take your fingertips to the sides. But first moving the flesh of the buttocks away from the buttock bone, sitting on the sit bones. And noticing what changes in the body. So don't, even if it's something we do every week, see that you are attentive, you are in the moment, and you're really feeling what goes on in the body after each adjustment. Press the fingertips down, lift the navel, chest, roll the shoulders back and down, move the shoulder blades deep in against the back ribs. Tucking the chin in slightly, lifting up through the crown of the head to the ceiling. And just be attentive to the breath as you breathe in. Feel the breath from the bottom of the pubic bone all the way up through the front body. And with the breath out, allow the back body to descend from the shoulders all the way down. So feeling the circular action of the breath around the trunk. Soften the groins, feel the contact between the base of the body and the floor. And then keeping the chest open as you place your hands in front of you. Take the roots of your thumbs against the chest, fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Relax the upper arms, relax the elbows. Close the eyes from top to bottom, as if you are internally looking away from the thinking brain and down towards the heart center, towards the chest. Taking a few breaths from there and just feeling how or if the perception changes as you move, as you change who is at the driving seat, so to speak. Feeling the light touch between the hands. Allow the touch to expand from the center out like a starfish, and see that both hands are pressing evenly against each other. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Allow the eyes to move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 Oms together in your own time. Om. As you breathe out, bow the head down again, surrendering the brain to the heart. Raise the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. When breathing in, lift the head up, open the eyes. And stretch the legs forward. And crossing the legs the other way. Sitting down, lower if you can. Place your hands on the tops of the thighs, just warming up. First, taking the head forwards and back all the way. Back to center, side to side. Back to center as you press the hands down, roll the shoulders forwards, up, back and down, focusing on the movement back and down. And release, turn your palms to face up, pressing the backs of the hands down, rolling the other way, back up, forwards, and down. And release as you breathe in, stretch the arms forward, interlock the fingers, palms away, spread the skin of the palms from the center of the palms out. And as you inhale, stretch the arms up. You can bend the elbows out, bringing the hands down as you do so, rolling the shoulders back and down, bringing the shoulder blades deepen against the back, and then hands back more, and then slowly straighten, but extend through the inner hands onto the index fingers. So little finger sides are moving down towards you, but you're extending up through the mounts of the index fingers. Gripping the outer upper arms in towards one another, breathe in. Arms straight, wrist at merit, arms straight. As you breathe out, then release. And just feel. And again, as you inhale, stretching the arms forward, interlock the other way. Palms away. As you inhale, stretch the arms up. Bend the elbows out to the sides, hands close to the head, roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades deepen against the back ribs. And then slowly keeping the hands back as you start to extend up through the inner arms, inner hands. Squeeze the outer arms in towards one another and try to feel the stretch all the way from the hips in a more kind of holistic way. Breathe in. As you exhale, release the arms and we go to the side, taking your right hand down, left arm up and over, and stay on the side. And just bring your weight down, back to your left buttock. Roll the bottom shoulder back and down, turn the bottom ribs up, and then you can look up. So the whole left side of the body is lengthening. Every tissue on the left side, every cell, stretching, expanding. And then inhaling, coming up. And as you exhale, go to your left side. So as you go to the left, just notice how the weight goes to your left side. So can you press your right buttock down and then lengthening from the outer right hip all the way up. Bottom shoulder back and down, bottom ribs are looking at the ceiling. And breathing. And then inhaling, coming back up to center. Press the fingers to lengthen, to lift through the front body. And as you exhale, turning to the right side, taking your left hand to the inside of the left knee, the right fingers behind. As you inhale, make space. As you exhale, turn more. And then take your hand to the outside of the other leg. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling, turning. And then bringing yourself back to center. Press the fingers, lengthen through the front body as you exhale. Go to your left side, so right hand to the inside of the right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Lifting and turning. Once you reach your limit, take your hand to the outside of the other leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. And as you inhale, coming back to center and coming forward. So whatever you need for your head, have it ready. As you inhale, stretch the arms up. As you exhale, come forward halfway. So extending, reaching through the tips of the fingers, but keeping heavy in the buttocks. Then bring your hands down and feel as if you're pulling the fingers towards you to lift the chest more. Fingers pulling towards you as the chest lifts more. And then slide the hands forward more and take your head down. With the breath out, softening the buttocks, with the breath in, lengthening through the front body. And as you inhale, then come back up to center. And stretch the legs forward. And cross the legs the other way. And one more time, as you inhale, the stem palms forward and up to the ceiling, extend and lengthen. Feeling the stretch more in the abdomen now. And then come down halfway, extend and lengthen, reaching through the tips of the fingers. Be heavy in the buttocks. Take your hands down, pull the fingers towards you to lift the chest. And then from there, sliding the hands forward, taking the head down. Allowing the eyes to relax back to deep into the eye sockets. And feel that softness now in around the hips, buttocks, letting go there. And as you inhale, then coming back up to center. And stretch the legs forward. And we're going to sit in Virasana for a moment. Yeah, so you can sit on a brick. So knees are together, feet by the sides of the brick, or sides of the hips. And you can move the flesh of the calves away from the knee before you sit down to create space and proper alignment in your knees. So inner knees need to lift. And just sit there for a moment, feel if you feel symmetrical. Yeah, is there the same amount of weight on each sit bone? And then from there, stretching the arms forward again, interlock the fingers, palms away, inhale, stretch the arms up. And again, lengthening the sides of the body. So now hopefully the shoulders feel a little warmed up, a little more, so it's easier. Keep the floating ribs quiet, so don't let them come forward. And as you breathe out, then you can release and just rest for a moment. One more time, stretch the arms forward and walking the other way. Palms away, spreading the skin of the palms from the center out. And as you inhale, stretch the arms up. Lengthening the sides of the body. Breathe in. And as you exhale, then you can release. And we are going to do Gomukhasana. So stretching your, first have a belt if you need it. Yeah, on your right shoulder. So right arm forwards, up to the ceiling, extending, lengthening, and then bending the elbow, resting the hand on the spine, but keep lengthening the upper arm. You can use your other hand on the elbow, trying to press the palm as if you want to pierce it. Stay there for a moment. From there, stretch your left arm out to the side, palm back, bend the elbow behind your back. And then catching the fingers over the belt. Stay and breathe and feel that both hands are catching evenly, pulling evenly, one is not more aggressive than the other. And as we exhale, then you can release on that side, just feel, always feeling what happens in the body, so you can really feel the fresh blood down the arm. And then for the other side, have the belt on your left shoulder. And as you inhale, stretching your left arm forwards and up, extend and lengthen. And then bend the elbow, rest the palm on the spine using your right hand. And trying to pierce the palm with the elbow, piercing the palm. Keep that extension up as you stretch your right arm out, turn your palm back, bend the elbow behind your back, and then catching the fingers. or the belt if you can't reach. And just stay and experiment. See, are you pulling evenly with both fingers, with the fingers of both hands? Are you also pulling with the top one, or is it kind of just hanging there? As you breathe out, then you can release. And again, just feel that kind of inner shivering after the pose. And then Garudasana, stretching both arms forward. Take your forearms up with your right arm on the bottom, giving yourself, just straight into the pose. We usually do the hug, but let's just see, can we do the pose? And then you want to lengthen from the shoulders forward towards the elbows, taking the hands away from you, but keeping the floating ribs back. There is a broadness, you're creating broadness around the upper back. And then you can release, just feel how you are. And the other side, stretching both arms forward, forearms up, taking your left arm on the right. Elbows up slightly, hands away from the face, and lengthening forwards through the elbows. And at the same time, then taking the floating ribs back. So you create again broadness around the upper back. Shoulder blades are sliding away from one another. And breathe. And as you breathe out, then you can release on that side, just feeling how you are. And we're going to do Paschimana Namaskar, stretching both arms out to the sides, turn your palms back, bend the elbows behind your back, with your fingers pointing up, palms together, trying to get the hands as high as you can. And then as you spread the collarbones, roll the shoulders back, take your elbows back, open the chest, breathe. Can you check that all the mounts of the fingers are together? If it's hard, then you know to hold the elbows. And as you exhale, then you can release on that side. And we shall turn the spine, so have a brick behind you, or something, in your hand. And first, as you inhale, stretching the arms forwards and up, lengthening the sides of the body. Make yourself as tall as you can be. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turning to the right side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn, lifting and turning. Take your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand behind you, to the brick. As you inhale, making space. As you exhale, turning more. Lift and turn. And be leveled on the sitting bones. Yeah, so on the brick, if you've got the hard brick, you can really feel the sharpness of the sit bones down, so keep them level. And then breathing in, coming back to center, untwist, and then again, stretching the arms forwards and up. Lengthen first as you exhale, turning to your left side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn, lifting, turning, lift and turn. Take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand behind you to your brick. As you breathe in, making space in the front body, and as you exhale, turning more to your side. Lift and turn. Lifting and turning. Lift and turn. Look with your right eye all the way to the left side. And as you inhale, coming back to center, and we're going to come forwards. So have something for the head. And remember that when the elbows start to bend, then you don't go forwards just yet. Yeah, so there is a kind of process today. So first you stretch the arms down, keeping the wrists close together. And then you feel the connection. So as I straighten the arm, the chest opens, right? Then I take the hands back, the chest is opening. Then if I can do that, then I go forwards. but all the time keeping the arms straight. And if they start to bend, then come up. And first go down through the arms and then take them away. So you are strengthening the triceps, yeah? On the side of your arms. Arms are straight. Palms are up, yeah, everybody. I can't see you, but just don't make it too complicated for yourselves. Yeah, good. Arms are straight. If they are not straight, then you've lost it. You've lost the connection to your triceps. So Lisa, it's better if you sit up and stretch down first, and then stretch down through the arms, and then show me, can you take your hands away first? But no, don't go forward, stay upright, open the chest, squeeze the upper arms in towards each other, squeeze them in, and then take your hands back more without going forwards yet. No, and that's not happening yet, you see. So first you've got to get that action first. Right, and then, okay, so come up and do the other side. It's one of those things that, you know, very often are not balanced. The arm muscles are a bit unbalanced. Okay, so the other side. So first, can you keep your arms straight, squeezing your outer upper arms in towards each other? Then can you bring your arms up? Then can you come forwards? To get that sense of what it's like, if this is difficult, you could have belt around your elbows, just to get a sense of what it's like. Yeah. And this is very important for all this, you know, for headstands, for shoulder stand, that action. Yeah. So Lisa, if you have a belt, maybe not now, you won't have time for it now, but or do you let's try this. Let's try this. Have a belt. Because it's something that we keep doing, and unless you kind of understand it, then it won't really improve. Yeah, so take your belt around the elbows, just above the elbow joint, and stretch the arms out. You don't have to interlock the fingers now, just stretch the arms down. And see how that feels. Yeah, and then coming forwards, like so, pushing out against the belt. And have it don't have it too loose. So you want the elbows to be shoulder width apart, not wider. Well, it might have to be wider if it's tight. Tori, how are you doing? Does that make sense? Yeah, not yet. So what does it feel when you push out against the belt? First, push out against that belt and see how that lifts the chest. Yeah. And then taking the hands away from you, taking the hands away. Don't think of coming forwards, yeah, but just take your hands away. Don't interlock the fingers, just have the palms facing with the belt, yeah, like so. And then can you bring your arms back, pushing against that belt. And then as you do this, the shoulders will roll back, the chest will open. Yeah, Tori, that's the kind of work, yeah. And then from there, if you find it easy enough, you can come forwards. But if you're struggling, then just stay upright first. So don't be in a rush to get to the destination. It's all about the journey, right? Okay, Lisa, show me if that improved anything. Okay, Lisa, good. Arms up more if you can. Yeah, well done. And then, so if you've been there for a while, you can come up. I'm just waiting to see Lisa. The belt is still falling off. Okay. What's up? It's your belt, right? You're used to it because you practice all the time. Yeah. Okay, then stretch the arms down. Lisa, stretch the arms and push out against the belt. Palms facing each other. Straighten the arms. Are the arms straight? Have the palms facing each other and push out against the belt. Push out against the... No, don't interlock the fingers. Don't interlock the fingers. Don't. And yeah, and push out against the belt. Push out against the belt. Roll the shoulders back, and then can you take your hands back away from your back? Can you take your hands? Yeah. That's. And that's how you work until next time. Don't go forward. Don't think of going forward. Okay? I hope that makes sense. You feel connection now, right? Good. Okay, we move on. So you can come up and you can come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, just holding the sides of the mat, toes under, lengthening back, and coming up, just letting the legs stretch. And then as you breathe out, you can come down again. And we are going to use a chair. So I said we are working on lengthening the backs of the legs, which you all love. Now, yes, we'll start with the wall, so that makes things easier. So you've got the bricks about 1.5 feet away from the wall, and then the chair. Yes, standing with the ball mounts of the feet on the bricks, lifting the buttocks up first, using the hands to lift the buttocks, and then trying to bring the heels down to the floor. Buttocks go high as you come forward, and then taking the hands to the top of the chair and lengthening. So as the buttocks go high, you try to push the chair away, and if that's okay, then you can come down lower, but buttocks go, so your back is still straight. Not that easy with the toes lifted, but that's the challenge. So when we lean back with the legs like that on the wall, that makes it a little easier for the backs of the legs. So that's to start with. So stand with the ball mounts on your bricks. Don't have them too close to the wall, Maria. Away from the wall. Yeah, about 1.5 feet away from the wall. So Lisa, you want the toes on your bricks, not the heels. The heels are in the air. No. So did you see what way? See the way my bricks are? Yeah, lengthways, widthways. And then, so with the buttocks at the wall, first lift the heels up, and with your hands physically lift the buttocks up and push them back. Buttocks up and back, pull up the knees, and then with the buttocks high, can you bring your heels down towards the floor? Yeah, so already preparing the backs of the legs to lengthen. And then as you exhale, coming forward from the hips, but keeping the buttocks high, you can, keep your hands by the sides first, and then bring your hands forward on the top of the chair first. And trying to push the chair away with the hands. Keep the head in line with the spine. Hello, black cat. Lengthening, lengthening, back is straight. And then if you can, then taking the hands down lower. And it might be too much, so only go as far as you can without rounding the back. Bernie, or running stay at the top of the chair. So just give yourself a moment there to allow the backs of the legs to open. You're lengthening the Achilles tendons, the calves, the hamstrings, all the fascia that covers everything. And don't cool down in the chair, but lengthen forward. So Marianne, think of taking the chair forward away from you. Yeah. Now the buttocks should be at the wall and the feet away from the wall, so that your legs are slightly slanted. That makes it easier. All right, and then you can bend your knees to come up. So now you can take yourselves away from the wall. And after this, we're gonna do the same. Yeah, so again you put the toes on the bricks, heels go down, and then lengthening, going from the hips. But this time you're not slanting the legs back, you're upright. So it's a little more challenging. Yes, the buttocks go high as you come forward. And then again, find the top of the chair, buttocks high. And then go downward if you can. We've got the toes up. Yeah, heels down. And again, so lengthening forwards, open in the backs of the legs. And this time having the buttocks over the heels, so not leaning back anymore. And just so really getting the length in the sides of the body, breathing. All right, and then you can come back up. And so this time, just standing on the floor. Have the feet slightly apart, it makes things a little easier. But the classical pose is with the feet together, right? And then, so again, lifting the buttocks, coming forward from the hips. And in your own time, then going down lower. And then maybe do the breaks. But all the time, I'm lifting the chest. Yeah, so you might just have to stay here. Yeah, to lengthen. And then if you can, then maybe going all the way down. Okay. So the higher the buttocks will go, the easier it's going to be to go down. And now the backs of the legs are much more open. So see if you can notice that perhaps it's a little easier now to do this. Yeah, don't be rushing into, yeah, so just first get the lift in the chest. You're just doing this for yourself. It's not a, you know, it's not a competition with anybody. And then as you breathe in, you can come back up. Okay. Now we can take the chair away. And we're going to work on flow standing poses. We are going to do it this way. So we're going to start with Trikonasana. You see. I've got 2 bricks at the wall. I'm going to have to step back for you to see me properly. So 2 bricks at the wall. And then I'm sliding the right foot down. We've done this before, some while ago. And you're trying to keep the heel at the wall. Yeah, which you might laugh at, but you've already lengthened the Achilles tendons, the calves somewhat, so this might be okay, you know. So heel is against the wall if you can, as much as you can, right? And then stretching your right arm up. We're going to go to the wall, lengthening through your right fingertips, and then taking the other hand to join it. Yeah, so both sides of the body are long. And then taking your right hand down to your shin or to the ankle, and with your left hand you're pressing against the wall to turn. Step. Okay, Trikonasana this way. Quite interesting. All right, so right foot will be at the wall on the 2 bricks. And so if you come to it from sliding the foot down, so taking it higher up and then sliding, not so high. You might make a mark on your wall. But keeping the heel at the wall. And then step the other foot away. Your left foot away. So you have good distance between the feet. Right? And just notice how when you do it like this, it's kind of, you really feel like you're sitting in your bones, right? Of the legs. Pulling underneath. It's good for your knee also. And the buttock, hopefully, the right buttock is active, it's squeezing in. And then stretching your right arm up. Take your palm away from you, extend, lengthen the right side of the body. And then take your right hand to the wall. And feel as if you want to walk the fingertips up the wall. Take the other hand to to the wall as well. So both sides of the body are lengthening. And the chest is turning up, away from the wall. Chest turning away from the wall. And then keep your left fingertips at the wall as you take your right hand down to your shin. And keep turning the chest up, top shoulder back, breathing. And stay for a bit, breathe, enjoy. All right, good. Then as you inhale, come back up. Step down. And then turn around for the second side. So taking your left foot on the bricks. And first sliding the foot down from above. Yeah, so like this, you're trying to keep the heel at the wall as much as you can, so that you really lengthen the calves and the Achilles tendons. And of course, if you are used to wearing high heels, this is difficult, but good for you, but difficult. Because anybody wearing a lot of high heels for decades will have short calves, short Achilles tendons. All right, then as you make sure you've got enough space between the feet. As you breathe in, stretching your left arm up to the ceiling, take the palm away from you, and then reaching towards the wall, but trying to walk the fingertips up the wall of the left hand, up the wall, and then bring the other hand to join it. And so lengthening, so feel that you're lengthening both sides of the body with the fingers at the wall. And then take your left hand down to your shin, keeping the right fingertips at the wall and turning still, abdomen, chest turning up. The left buttock is squeezing into the body. Good, then as you inhale, come back up. And step down. And we are going to do Parsvanasana in the same way, but before we do, I want you to do a dog pose like this. So slant the bricks, 45-degree if you can. If that's too much, then lower. If it's too much for the wrist, it should be okay if the wrists are healthy. Yeah? So spreading the fingers, pressing the hands against the bricks, and then lifting the buttocks high. And then you may find from here, then lengthening the soles of the feet, you might bring the heels down lower than normal after what you have been doing until now. Yeah, so let's try, just see if it made any impact what you have done so far. Yeah, so hands on the bricks and then lengthening, lifting the buttocks up high. Press the hands evenly against the bricks to lengthen. Open the armpits, lengthen the sides, pull up the knees, push the thighs back. Lisa, take your feet back a little bit more. Take your feet back. Make, longer dog and bring your shoulder blades into the body more. Away from the wall. And the heels out more, heels out from what I can see. And then, so lengthening the soles of the feet from the toes towards the heels. Can you bring the outer heels down more? Everybody, outer heels down more. See if there is more extension in the backs of the legs. Strong, firm legs. Pull up the knees, push the thighs back, breathe. And as you breathe out, then you can bend the knees and come down. Good. And then you can come up to standing. And we're going to do Parsvanasana. In this way. Again, so you put your two bricks and have something else for the hands. So I would have, if you have bigger blocks in front or something like it, or So again, starting with the foot up higher and then sliding it down, trying to keep the heels near the wall as you can. Now, because you're going to be bending the front knee, it's not going to stay at the wall, but as you bend the knee, trying to keep the heel as near the wall as you can, making a right angle, and then stretching your right arm up, bringing it to the wall. I know you can't see me, but you know, it's the same like in Trikonasana. And then bringing the other arm to join it, and then taking your right hand down on the blocks in front of the foot, and with your left fingertip still walking the fingers up and turning the abdomen and the chest up. Yeah, like that. It's a very nice way to do it because you have much better stability in the buttock Good for your knees also. All right, so starting with your right foot higher above your bricks, and then you slide it down, trying to keep your heel as near the wall as you can. And step in the other foot away from the wall. Well, so you have good distance between the feet, so you're going to be able to make a right angle. As you breathe out and bend your right knee, make a right angle, go down. And if it's not making a right angle, then walk the other foot away more. And if you really can't make a right angle, then you have to take the heel slightly away a little bit more. But trying to still keep the toes lifted, so you've got the heel closer to the wall. Yeah, so right. And then as you inhale, stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling, have the palm facing away from you, and then bring the fingertips to the wall and reach up through the tips of the fingers, and then bring the other hand overhead. Stretch your left arm up, rotate the upper arm, bring it overhead, bring your hands together at the wall. Yeah, but the chest is turning away from the wall, Maria. Chest away from the wall. And then take your right hand down to the block or whatever you have in front of the foot. And so the elbow is helping the knee to go back, and keep reaching through your left fingertips at the wall. At the same time, turn the abdomen up, the chest up, top shoulder back. The front leg should be in a right angle. Breathe. Are you in the back heel? And then as you inhale, come back up. Now, prepare for the other side. Yeah, so taking your block to the other side for your hand. And you're going to have your left foot on the two bricks. And start again with your left foot higher up, sliding down, and trying to, in the process, keeping the heel as near the wall as you can. And then stepping your right foot away from the wall. Heel toes, heel toes. So judging your distance so that you can make a right angle. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee, make a right angle. So you need to step a little wider, Lisa, with your feet, from where I'm looking. And then stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling, left arm up. Stretch and extend, palm away from you. And then bring your fingertips to the wall of the left hand. And then stretch your other arm up also. Turn the upper arm towards the head and bring it over towards the wall. So your hands are together. And then from there, keep your right hand there as you take your left hand down to the block in front of the foot. Have it close to the foot, and then push the knee back with the elbow. And keep pressing the tips of the fingers against the wall. And keep in the back heel a bit lower. See if you can bend more in the hips. Risha, go down lower in the hips. Front knee bends more. Front knee needs to bend a little more. Chest is looking up. Is chest looking up? Michelle, I can't see you properly, but it doesn't look like it is. Breathe, enjoy. And then as you inhale, coming back up. Step the foot down. Oh dear, looking at the time. Okay, so now let's go dog again, but this time have the bricks like this. Yeah, and you're going to turn around. And I'm going to start with the bricks with the feet on the bricks first, pressing the heels against the wall. And then we're going to step the feet forward, having the heels, you might have to take the hands forward also, having the heel bones on the edge of the bricks. And then lifting the toes on the floor. See how much you can lift the toes off the floor, taking the thighs back at the same time. Okay. So first we have the feet on the bricks. Well, come down first take your hands down. So you're preparing to do a dog pose. And just lift your buttocks up, and then you can step your feet on the bricks. Or you can have them down straight away, doesn't matter. Yeah, and then come into dog pose. And then have your feet on top of the bricks and press the heels against the wall. And pull up the knees, lift the buttocks high. Move the weight back away from, there shouldn't be a lot of weight in the shoulders. Actually, not much at all. And like we did it before, you want the shoulder blades deep and against the back rib. Yeah, Trish, take your hands forward. The heels of the hands should be down as well. All right, and now, see if you can walk your feet forward so that your toes are down, but the heel bones are still on the bricks. So the heels are on the bricks, but the toes are down. So you might have to walk your hands forward also. Give yourself more space. Press the heel bones down against the bricks, lift the buttocks high, pull up the knees, push the thighs back, and then can you lift the toes off the floor? Not the heels, the toes. Toes off the floor. Yeah, so after all the extension on the backs of the legs, I want to see, is this possible? Toes up, toes up. I don't see much movement, but maybe it's because I need glasses. That might be the case. So is it, Lisa? And now, if you lifted your toes, bring the thighs back and lift the buttocks. And just feel the strength in your legs. Yeah, so you're really kind of sitting in your bones. That's what I want you to feel. Okay, and then as you exhale, bring your toes back down and come down. Well done. Okay, so you're going to do something different now. Just start your chair. And so we are going to prepare for headstand. Don't be worried, you might not, you don't have to do it. You don't have to go into it, but we'll just do the preparations which are really good for the shoulders anyway. So first, this one. Elbows are the width of the shoulders, walking the knees back, fingers pointing up, and the bricks are between the heels of the hands. And thinking of pressing the outer elbows down. Yeah, and back, your lower back is lifted, it's not collapsing down. Yes, you are lengthening the triceps. Okay, so come down to your knees. And if you have long sleeves, you might want to lift them above the elbows so that you have the bare skin on the chair. And then think of taking or pressing the outer elbows down. The brick is between the hands, the heels of the hands, and then walking the knees back until the knees are under your buttocks and lengthening back and opening the armpits fully. Armpits opening and breathing. And just be aware that you're not collapsing the low back. Head is in line with spine. As you breathe in, see where you need to breathe into what parts of the upper back or the back of the neck, the shoulders, where you don't feel the breath. So just breathe into the kind of blind places. And with the breath out, where do you need to let go? Where is there a lot of tension? Letting go. So this improves greatly by doing this kind of dynamic. It's the letting go that will allow you to go deeper into it. All right, good. And then you can walk your knees forward and come up. Okay, so now the belt. You're gonna have a belt on your elbows. So your elbows are shoulder width apart. Yeah. And then with your chair, so I put my hands on the by the outer legs, by the legs of the chair, with my palms facing up first, because that teaches me how the upper arms have to rotate outwards. And then you can catch hold of the chair, and then you're going to come as if into dog pose on your elbows. Yeah? And if you can, then maybe coming up into dog, then down and up a few times. We'll be folding a little bit. Just careful with that. All right, so teach yourself to first start with the palms facing up, because there you're getting that external rotation, which is very important to understand that the upper arms need to rotate externally in the shoulders, because that creates space in the chest and also space in your neck. Yeah, Risha, looks good. And then from there, you can have the palms facing each other, just holding the legs of the chair and coming into dog pose on your elbows first. Adho Mukha Svanasana on the elbows, but keeping the shoulders very away from the chair. So you want to, as you press the wrists down, can you move the shoulder blades away from the chair? So as you press the wrists down, can you move the shoulder blades into the body? And Mary, just walk your feet forward slightly, or a bit too wide. Maybe Tori too, but I can't really see your ankle properly from the back. And then can you come up? So as you're holding the legs of the chair, can you lift the elbows up and down a few times? So just for a bit of fun, that might be a little too much. Can you lift up? And if not, that's okay. Next time. So it just exercises, it strengthens the external rotators of your arms, of the shoulders. Yeah, Tori, can you lift the elbows up? Press, yeah. Hold the chair. Hold the sides of the chair. Yeah, but shoulders back. Good. And then come down again. Yeah, and shoulder blades and lift the buttocks up. All right, if you've done a few times, you can come down and rest. Great. It's good fun, isn't it? So now, time is not with me, time is always against me. But we are gonna try to do a headstand. We use the chair, and you, if you don't want to, If it's too much, then you don't have to lift into it, you just do the preparation. So we are gonna just continue with what you've done now, but you need belts to tie the chair. Yes. So to the leg of the back leg, also the bar that goes across and the top of the chair, you need to tie the belt. So I had to open the belt and just loop it around. So that keeps the chair from falling. I know we've done this before and the chairs tend to fold. So this is a good way to keep it stable. Yeah? And you have it against the wall. And then it's a good idea to have your blanket. We're gonna do it with a 3-folded blanket. So it gives you extra lift for the shoulders. And starting with, so your hands will be well under the chair. Yeah. And then I'll show you the hands closer, but just have a look here first. So you put the hands on the legs of the chair, shoulder width apart, and you start with the palms up like you did a moment ago. And then you interlock the fingers and the blanket is on top of the hands. And then you're going to place your head in front of the hands down on the blanket, but keeping the neck long so you don't collapse down, yeah, like this. And then you're going to lift the buttocks, walk your feet in, and the chair is pushing you into your shoulder blades, which is where you need that lift. Okay, and then if you want to, then lifting one leg, not like this, and then the other. So this is a good way to kind of do it with that lift in your neck, so that the neck is safe. Okay, so you're well, see underneath the chair. You don't want to kind of collapse yourself towards the chair, but you want the chair to push against you when you do it. Yeah? So the way the hands are, yeah, so first you start with the hands up, and then you keep the upper arms rotating out as you interlock the fingers well. So they look like this, and then the head goes in front of the hands. Yeah, so it makes the shape of your head. Yeah, and then the head goes in front of the hands. Okay, we'll give it a try. You don't have to lift the legs up. You can just try the first thing and see if you can create space in the neck. Right?
Sorry, Martina, I'm just a little bit low. I'm a little bit lost with the belt. What to do with the belt? Sorry, don't know how that works.
The belt is keeping the chair from folding. You have a different chair, but did you tie the belt?
I do, yeah, I have a different chair.
Yeah, so you...
I don't know what the purpose of tying the belt is. What am I tying the belt to? Like, what's the purpose of the belt?
The chair...
How that works.
So these chairs have...
So it doesn't fold.
Yeah, so these chairs have the bar here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
If I don't have the belt, the chair will fold.
Collapse, okay.
Okay,
now I get it. Now I get it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so start with the palms up. Just check that the elbows are shoulder width apart, that they are in line. And so feel the external rotation in your arms and have the hands well underneath the chair. And then start to lift the buttocks up. Well, first place your head down in front, interlocking the fingers, sorry. Then placing the head down on so the crown of the head is down in front of the hands. Then walking the feet in. And if you have to move forward to reach the chair, then you are not far enough under your chair. Yeah, so it's the chair should really be challenging you. The chair should be digging into the shoulder blade. Yeah, and then walk your feet forward more, Mary. Lift the buttocks high. Now you look like The arms are collapsed, yeah? So you've got to take yourself forward more underneath the chair. Don't be rushing to lift the legs up. First, establish the base. Establish the base well before you go up. Yeah, and then up you go if you can. And it's not a big, yeah, good. Yeah, good, Lisa. And then, so the chair is pushing the shoulder blades in so that you can really lift in the back of the neck. Press the wrists down, wrist pressing down to lift the shoulders. Wrist pressing down to lift the shoulders. And if that's too much, that's okay just to practice this, because this will help you also just to come into kind of a dog pose. Keeping the shoulder blades in and then walking the feet in more and more, Marianne. You should not feel the back of the neck collapsing, so be careful there. It's a good way to practice the pose in a safe way. All right, and then as you breathe out, you can come down carefully. All right. So we are going to prepare for shoulder stand, but we are nearly out of time. So we are going to use the chair. Take your belts off. You can use, so last week we were trying it with the wall, as I remember. You can have the chair for your this is your last pose and then we do relaxation. But because of all the preparation that we have done, I would like you to do this. And also remember that we also need to do both. So we do headstand, we do shoulder stand also. So we have a platform of 4 blocks. Yeah. And then you wrap the mat around them. And I like to have a blanket on top also. Brick here will help you to bring your buttocks up. And then blanket on top. And then you can have the chair. Now have the belt. The belt is the width of your armpits. Yeah. So the belt is ready. And then you put the chair for your feet. So in case, so that's 3 pounds. Not everybody can bring the feet to the floor just yet. So you have the chair sitting on the brick, lying down. Have the shoulders about 2 inches from the edge of the blocks. Have the belt ready on one arm. Yeah, so shoulders 2 inches from the edge. And then as you press the hands down, you're going to take your feet to the chair. Once you're here, put in the belt on the other arm, interlocking the fingers, stretching the arms down. Supporting your back, and it's always better to have the hands in the skin as you lift the legs up. Okay. And then, yeah. Go for it. So the shoulders are about 2 inches from the edge of the blocks. The belt is ready on one arm. The belt is the width of your armpits. And when you bring your feet over, that looks like the chair is a bit too close to you, Lisa. And because it's against the wall, it's nowhere for it to go. So move yourself away from the chair. All right, so when you're ready, tucking the shoulders under, pressing the hands down, lift the knees up towards the chest, and then get a momentum, swing your feet over to the chair behind you. And try to walk your feet away from you slightly. Now, are your shoulders on the blocks? The shoulders need to be on the blocks. The head on the floor, so that's for your neck. So first with the toes, and have your toes under, extend through the heels. Put your belt on the other arm also, and support your back. So with your hands, you're trying to lift the skin of the back up to the ceiling. As you bring your hands down lower, lifting the buttocks high. Alicia, yeah, that looks good. And stay there for a bit, because that will make your shoulders stand easier, this pose. Lifting the buttocks high. And so even see if you have the space, Lisa, taking the feet away from you, hands down, away from the buttocks. You want the hands to come more towards the upper back. Right, and then from there you can begin to lift the legs up if you want. Yeah, one at a time is good. So Marianne, can't really see you that well. I hope that your shoulders are on some blocks, head on the floor. You could walk your feet forward more, so to get more lift in the buttocks, if you have some space there. And so when you are there, when you look up at the legs, remember that you shouldn't see your shins. Now, Michelle, are your shoulders on the floor? You need to be on the blocks. Not on the floor, it's not good for your neck. Where did you go? Now, shoulders have to be on the blocks. Just see a few more seconds, stay if you're there. Now, Michelle, you're still on the floor with the shoulders. What's going on? You have your blocks, right? Shoulders need to be on the blocks and your head is on the floor. Now we'll be coming down. So as you breathe out, take both legs one at a time or both together to the chair. And you can take your belt off one arm and bend the knees by the sides of the head. And then slowly let yourself come down and just cross the legs, wait there for a moment. Yeah, so come all the way down, gracefully. Crossing the legs, lying down, crossing the legs. Then cross the legs the other way. And then you can roll to your side and you can prepare for your well-deserved relaxation. Shavasana, you can either do it on the floor or you can have the lower legs on the chair. Yeah, Michelle, finally. but now you're out of time. So whichever, make sure that you are in a straight line, that the chin is down, lower that. Make sure that you are warm. It's getting cold in here. Tucking the shoulders under, well, palms facing up towards the ceiling. With the breath out, relax your hands, your fingers, relax the toes and your feet completely. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widening the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move down away from the eyelids. As if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. Feel the contact you have between the back body and the floor. From head to feet and feet to head. All the touch points between the back body and the floor. The whole plane of the body on the floor at once. As you breathe out, soften the abdomen. Just allow it to fall down towards the back like a soft parachute falling towards the ground. With the breath out, softening the whole front body and let it fall down towards the back body. As you surrender yourself more and more, letting go completely. Let go, letting go. Going to finish with a poem, Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. It's one that I really love, but kind of forgot it for a while, and then it came to me this morning. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and in the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. With this, I'm going to leave you. Well done tonight. It was challenging. Good night, sleep well, have a great week, and see you all next week.